Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to George A. Novak Field at the Wolvarena. Thank you for tuning in to the Roxamore Sports Network. We love you forever, Bubba. We are coming to you live. We have the Imani Christian Saints versus the Carrick Raiders. Carrick is currently down 2-0 to the Saints. Imani has a first and goal after a beautiful 39-yard pass completed down the far side. Carrick had their chances on that first drive, dropped 3 wide-open touchdowns. This flag comes down on the play for a false start on the Saints.
Indeed. Money in the lead. Yeah, so we saw what Carrick was capable of earlier. They did pretty good going against Perry. I'll see what they got going against Imani here. And indeed, this is the last game for Imani.
Yeah, they made a nice
Carrick.
little cameo in our last game, coming onto the field after an interception.
Yeah. So right here, it's just Imani outside the end zone, knocking on the door here. Let's see what they got. Worth mentioning, the Carrick quarterback was phenomenal. He was sending the ball deep. It just wasn't well received. So, again, a lot of spotlight on the quarterback from Imani. I mean, not Imani, but Carrick.
And a lot of spotlight on these refs right now as it's 2 penalties in a row. So the ball doesn't get moved back. It's just they'll redo the play. It's still first and goal for the Saints as they lead 2-0 over the Raiders from Carrick. Of course, Max, Imani getting ready for their Week 0 game out in York Suburban as they'll take place in the inaugural York Rose Bowl. Of course, that was formerly known as the Chambersburg Peach Bowl or the Whitfield versus Everyone Showcase here at the Wolverena, put together by Current. As that pass is thrown, it is caught in the end zone for 6.
So we're looking at 8-0 now. Imani in the lead over Carrick.
Back before I was so rudely interrupted by that touchdown, former Woodland Hills and Chambersburg athletic director, current York Suburban athletic director Ron Corsi is putting together his traditional Week 0 showcase. And Imani, well, I don't think you're going to get a better opponent than the defending single-A state champion Steel High Rollers. And, of course, we saw the Steel High Rollers on the Roxamore Sports Network last year, winning their Week 0 game against Bishop Canevin after Bishop Canevin spiked it on 4th down. That pass is incomplete. Score remains the Imani Saints 8, Carrick Raiders 0.
Yeah.
That Week 0 game between the Saints and the Rollers, get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing that one. Right now, Carrick, we've seen what they're capable of in the first play. Let's see what they got here in the second one, as they can potentially tie up the game, provided they get the successful 2-pointer at the 10-yard line after a successful touchdown, if they can make it that far. And again, I believe that is Zion Fry, but I could be wrong about that, about the quarterback. And for Imani, since you guys are just now tuning in with us, it's worth mentioning we do not have a roster that has accurate numbers. So we can't match up the names with the players on the field, and I'm not good at faces, so I really don't remember the names offhand just by looking at people. But if you know the athletes, give them a shout-out, and what do we have here? Oh, baby. Touchdown indeed by Carrick. 6-8, and they have that potential to line it up for a tie game if they get it from the 10-yard line.
Max,
let's see where they take it.
That is the 4th time they've run that same exact play, and the first time it's worked all game.
Hey, man, I mean, 4 times the charm, I guess, in this case. Oh, but they're not going for a tie game. They're going in for that 1-point attempt. So that'll bring them up 7-8 if they are successful with this. Of course, if there's an interception here, that won't count, because interceptions don't count when they go in for the additional points. But let's see what we got. I'm not exactly sure why they're going for that one-point attempt. It would make more sense if they took the risk from the 10-yard line. We know the quarterback is capable of that, but hey, I'm not sure what the coach is advising here. And they do get that additional point, so it's now 7 under 8.
And Max, just in general, it's nice to see Carrick here in general, as they actually had to forfeit their last 2 games last year. One of them they didn't even play against Trinity, where they lost technically 1-0. And they did forfeit another matchup going down to Uniontown, but not sure why that one has a score, so you wonder if that one just got called. But that's besides the point. They went 2-8 last year with those 2 forfeits. Victories over Clarendon in week 0, and also beating Brownsville back on September 16th. As for Imani, they ended up 4-6 last year, but 2-5 in the Allegheny Conference. And if you're wondering where Carrick's conference record is, they are an independent team.
Imani sending it to the 35-yard line, and good maneuver there. Absolutely what you would love to see for the official season.
You know, we saw a lot of that last week from Scoop Smith at Woodland Hills. Just, with the one-hand tag, that was again about 6 on the play. That brings up 2nd down and 19. But rarely do you see somebody make another person miss in tag and still get positive yards. We saw Scoop Smith do that last week, and this time we saw the gentleman from Imani do that.
Imani in action here. Quarterback sends it short down to the 30-yard line, playing it safe, and taken out just outside the 20-yard line, or maybe at the 20-yard line, but my eyes look like it was outside.
And it's actually kind of smart there to not get the first down, because now you at least get 2 extra plays.
Right.
Because the ball is lined up just shy of the 20-yard line. So thank you for that turquoise and black line there. That makes it a lot easier to see. Of course, Imani's used to playing at historical fields such as the Wolvarena, as they play their games at the UPMC Graham Field in Wilkinsburg. A beautiful facility, and a beautiful pass there is not caught. So that will bring up a 4th and 1 for the Saints.
I was feeling every bit of that. Looked like it was a short thing, but good sportsmanship there by Carrick. But nonetheless, close call there for Carrick. As Imani could have really widened the scoreboard, they are leading by 1 point.
So we mentioned you're not allowed to scramble if you're the quarterback. One thing you are allowed to do, though, is a shovel pass. So don't be surprised if you see someone for Imani, as soon as the ball is hiked, just immediately turn around and get that first down.
Right.
That's why not getting that first down on that 2nd down play was smarter, because now look, and even they have someone lined up right in front of the quarterback. So don't be surprised if he just turns right around and they don't go to him. They're actually going to go for it. They're going to go to the man in the end zone. He makes the incredible catch.
And it does indeed count as a touchdown. Fabulous work there.
Hey, why go for the first down when you can go for the touchdown? That pass was dropped into the bucket, caught it over his shoulder with the defender in his face. Incredible by the Saints there.
Yeah, absolutely something you need to see in the official season. So that was fabulous work. They were going in for that 1-point addition here.
They said Imani, of course, is a single-A school, one of the smaller single-A schools, but you look at the size of some of their athletes down there.
Right.
It's pretty impressive. And, of course, Imani, the single-A WPIAL and state basketball champions this year, so congratulations to the Saints on all their success.
Let's see what we got. Quarterback sends it in, and it's in. It's 15-7.
Yeah, he wanted to go to the receiver on the far side, but he actually slipped, so he had to make a split-second decision, was able to get that extra point.
Not much of an uphill battle for Carrick here. 7 under 15.
Yeah, still a one-possession game.
especially since we've seen what the quarterback is capable of and what the receivers are capable of. But are they going to go with the same strategy they've been going with, Mike? That's the question.
Yeah, that far side's been open all game. It's worked. They just haven't completed some of the passes. Let's see if they go to that well again.
Might be a little bit predictable for the defense, though. Oh, short. Going short.
Yeah, they thought about going for that pass down the far side, but they will take the check down for the 4 yards, so it's now 2nd down and 21. Ball at the 39-yard line.
And again, congratulations to the class of 2023. You did a fantastic job, and wishing you well on your journey into the future.
Welcome to the real world, kids.
Beautiful work there. Caught at the 25-yard line.
That brings up 3rd down and 5 now. Ball at the 25-yard line. As you'll see the Imani players hold their hands up with a fist. It's what they call the money down.
The money down. I like that.
And I do actually want to correct myself. Imani plays 2A football. That is my mistake. They're 1A in basketball, 2A in football.
And Imani's a powerhouse of a team. Carrick looking good here today. Quarterback sends it to the receiver at the 20-yard line.
So I'm curious to see where they're going to mark him. It looks like they are going to give him the 1st down, but he did voluntarily go back. So they will give him the 1st down. They will give him the forward progress.
Right.
So this is what I was referencing earlier on the last drive with Imani. Now, Carrick has 4 shots at the end zone as they go trips to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. So they send a man in motion. Fry is back, looking for someone, fires it in there, tipped. Put a little too much mustard on that pass, in and out of the receiver's hands. It did hit him right in the chest. But it's a problem that the Raiders have had all day. And not just in this game now. When they played their old City League rival Perry in the last game, it was a problem.
Right. Yeah, there was a lot of potential there. It stings. It stings when you see something like that line up so well and just doesn't go through as planned. But nonetheless, good judgment from the quarterback. Let's see what he's got here in this play. And way too much juice on that ball.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. Fry thought the receiver was zig when he was going to zag. Overthrew him a little bit. As now you can actually see the Imani players doing the money sign now.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to get your defense fired up. Is there's actually many ways to do it, and maybe a little spoiler alert here for the Woodland Hills broadcast this year. There might be a little bit getting fired up on 3rd down, and we'll leave it at that.
All right, a little bit of a huddle discussion here with Carrick. Athletes assuming the position here on the field. Just about ready here. And
we're waiting to see the official. Once his hand goes up in the air, that means they only have 5 seconds to snap the ball, and those hands by the officials have not gone on yet. It's actually the far side referee that's in the end zone. He's the one that's keeping track. He's got a man open.
No.
It's caught, but out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
So that will bring up 4th and goal for the Raiders.
Ay. And talk about an uphill battle. They have yet to get this touchdown. That is very much needed. Imani could potentially lead by a significant gap in the next play. And, of course, we are just about finished with this game. 11 minutes to go on the clock, roughly. And after that, we have Monessen playing against Bashir. And that'll be for the 7 p.m. game.
So Fry's got 20 yards to get 6 points for the Raiders. Fry throws a dart. It's caught. No, it's dropped. 2 more points for the Saints. They now have a double-digit lead, 17-7. So now Max, getting ready to lead the Saints will be their 6'3" rising junior quarterback, Deshaun Burnett. You know, one of the top quarterback prospects in the WPIAL, as he does hold an offer from Penn State, and we would like to thank our former colleague here at Roxamore Sports Network, Ty Polk, for feeding us some of this information. It's very much appreciated, and we'll repay the favor by speaking highly about Steel Valley later.
Absolutely, absolutely. And congratulations to that young man for his offer.
Yeah, they have two big-time prospects in quarterback Deshaun Burnett, who we're going to see here, and rising sophomore running back David Davis.
Yep, Imani in the lead and somewhat in a comfortable position, provided Carrick doesn't get the interception and turn the tide. But we shall see.
Burnett sends a man in motion, claps very loud, looking for someone to go to. Has someone in the middle. It's caught. Tackle made immediately, but not before. A solid gain there for the Saints.
Right. Imani gaining some ground right off the bat. Some ground is better than no ground.
They don't ask how, they ask how many. So that's all that matters when you're trying to get those points. That's a gain of 10 on the play, so that brings up 2nd down and 15.
So now at the 30-yard line. Imani on the offense. Looking good thus far from what we have seen here in this play.
And no running back, 4 receivers to the far side. And they go with the check down. They had someone on the other side of the field open, did not choose to go to him. They'll just take the 3-yard gain there. A little interesting because they had their all receivers go slow for a little bit and then turn. You assume they were going to turn on the Jets to try to lure the Raiders into a false sense of security, but nonetheless, it is now 3rd down and 12. Ball at the 27-yard line. Math is hard, Max. Hey, how do you think I felt last year? The scoreboard here at the Wolvarena didn't work. And you had to do all that quick math in your head. It is not fun, my friend.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But, hey, look at that. What do we got? And it is indeed a... What does the ref say? I'm looking at the ref here. That's a touchdown.
Hey, Imani's celebrating like it's a touchdown.
Well.
And that will conclude it. So your final score from George A. Novak Field at the Wolvarena. The Imani Saints 23, Carrick Raiders 7. So Carrick has only tasted ties and defeats today.
Better days ahead, Carrick. Great prospects, though, nonetheless, on that team. I'm looking forward to seeing how they play in the official season. Coming up in October. Wait a minute, I'm way ahead of myself. August. Coming up in August.
Yes, a couple months away, which is crazy.
Yeah, when I think of football, I think of October for some reason. But anyways, great work here nonetheless by these two schools. We got another game coming up, Monessen versus Brashear.
Yeah, in our penultimate game of the evening, it's going to be our first time seeing Monessen. And the City League teams just keep on rolling with the Brashear Bulls. So don't go anywhere. We will return right here on the Roxamore Sports Network.